Well, hello and welcome to another session of Pearls Politics. We bring it to you for the week, national and international. All right. We could do local too, but all of us live in different cities, so we don't worry with the local part of it. Okay, let's tweet out that we're live and let's get in here and the chat. And we've got a message there. And so, hello, everyone, and welcome. Okay, let's bring in the rest of the team. All right, the heartbeat of the South. Y'all know he loves some politics, man. My son, and every beat of my heart, Tim Harrington. Hey, Tim.
Hey, Mom, how's everybody doing?
Hey, our mom is good. Good.
Good,
Had a funny, crazy, long day. Tired me
good.
out, but
Okay,
I'm gonna share that when everybody gets in here. All
okay.
right, James Ziegler is here tonight. Ziggy,
Did
did
I
you get?
get it?
I got your audio. Yay! All right, got the audio, y'all.
Thanks for the clap.
Hey, yeah, we're glad to hear from you. You've been having that audio or trouble for some time. Long time. Seems like for forever. We're so glad to be able to talk to you. But we're not going anywhere without this lady here, Kathy C.C. Carson. Hey, Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
How you doing?
How's it
Yeah,
going?
good. I was like the cat sleeping in the lounge chair in the back. I was sitting in the sun. It was like putting me to sleep. It was so relaxing.
Well, we
Gotta
certainly
do
weren't
that
gonna
more
we
often.
weren't gonna start without you, you know that.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I
All right.
appreciate it.
Kathy's here, y'all. Let's give her a round of applause. She might be a little sleepy. Let me share a little secret with you, audience. Every time my team, and before every show, probably like a couple of hours before, we all get sleepy and we really don't want to do the show, but hey, we get some coffee and then we wake up and do whatever it is that we need to do so we can be here for you. All right.
Yeah.
All right, let me tell you guys about my day. All right. So, oh, I need to share. Go ahead and take a moment to share this show, y'all. I'm looking at us live. I'm gonna share it right now. Not comment, and then I'm gonna tell y'all about my day. Hey, we're live. Okay. All right. I just shared. Cool. Thumbs up. Okay. Now, all right. So I had to go and take a fingerprint test today. Had my fingerprints done, right? Because I passed my insurance exam and
Oh,
I'm getting ready to do some money for the show. Yay!
good job. That's not
Yes.
easy.
Congrats.
Yes, I passed my insurance exam on Tuesday. So today I went to get fingerprinted. And the funny thing is, should have taken 5 minutes. That's what the instruction says. That's what they have written down in black and white. Of course, you do have to go early, a little bit early for your appointment. Well, of course, I've arrived about 45 minutes early, and people were there going before me. But they were going in and coming on out, and I had to wait for my appointment time. And so my appointment time came around. I go in there. Y'all will not believe this. We did not have our paranormal show last night. But I gotta tell y'all this paranormal clay. I had an experience today. I don't know what proof this is of what and what it means, but they couldn't. She was having trouble finding fingerprints. I mean,
Mm.
they were, they do it digitally now. You don't do the ink anymore, right?
Yeah.
So I could see it rolling. She would roll, and then she would think that the image was good. I could see the image just as good. Yeah, you know. But then when she stopped it, it was all red dots.
Wow, that's wild. I
Hi,
like that
Jack.
though.
Great to hear.
That's
Great to
all.
see you, Jack. Hi,
So
hello.
Jack.
Yeah, and I mean, and I was in there like 30 minutes, and I mean, she had to just keep retake. It had on. She had to click on the computer, retake, retake, retake. She kept retaking. Hey, Rowan, good to see you.
What's up,
I
Ron?
don't
Hey, Roland.
How's you guys doing your exams? And what kind of exam was it? I didn't get a chance to ask you on Friday night because we were so busy with Kathy's birthday. But yeah, my fingerprints are either alien or what. And the lady herself had never seen anything like it. and
I believe it.
she had to just she had to just accept, after like 4 or 5 tries on each finger. Uh,
Mm.
I mean, both hands.
Mm.
And this one right here, the what you call figure, it was really
Next.
it was really,
Mm.
I don't know what was going on, right?
Well,
But
remember I took a picture of you, a screenshot, and your hand was glowing. It was like gold.
you, yeah, you did
Yeah.
that. You
I
did send
Remember?
me that.
you wore that
Yeah,
finger out.
yeah, it was so weird. And people were, by the time I came out, there were at least 6 or 7 people waiting. I was holding up the whole day,
Mm.
right? But it was just weird, okay? Um, got to work in the morning. Okay, Thomas is not here. He's a fraud. He's your friend. Okay, not fraud, friend. I got you. I know typing is something else. I had to buy me an additional keyboard, y'all, because the keyboard on my Dell computer was killing me. I think that's what messed up my fingers. Because I was having to hit the keys so hard, and then
Yeah.
they weren't doing it. They weren't registering. So I bought me a keyboard, just plugged it in, and so now I'm good to go.
Looks
Good,
like I
good.
got the same one as you.
What was that, James?
I think I got the same as you, though.
Oh, you got to do the same thing, huh? Well, I bought this little puppy here on Amazon. I think it was only about $20, and I mean it's big
Ah,
letters. Yeah, big letters, and you just plug it into your USB, and it's great.
Yeah.
This is a gaming
Yeah,
computer.
yeah, right, James, right, yeah. So, like, if that one's worn out, just buy a new one. But $20, great investment, right?
Mm.
And on the same note, don't go buy the expensive mouse. Go to Staples, get this. $20.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
The
Well,
ones
my
with
mouse,
the battery
I
charge.
I use a mini mouse. I cannot stand those
That's what
big
I got.
mouse. Those big misses, hate
Yeah,
them.
I got a big mouth.
This is a mini mouse. See,
Mm.
I love it. So, okay, let's take a break. When we come back, who's up first?
I guess I'll go.
All right, Tim. Tim's gonna go first, Rowan and Jack. Y'all hang in there. All right, and we'll be back. Let's see what we got here. Got it first in politics. We don't have that many. All right, looks like we don't have but two. Let's see.
Dad, it's time. It's time! It's time! Woo!
Bruh, this what we're going in for right now. This garden glue.
Bruh, it's time.
It's time!
All right, it's time. Take it away,
It is.
Tim.
Look, I only did this because I thought it was kind of funny.
Mm.
Um, it says White House makes a huge announcement on Biden's cognitive test. On Monday, the White House confirmed amidst ongoing speculation and concerns about President Joe Biden's cognitive abilities that he will not undergo a cognitive test as a part of his upcoming physical examination scheduled for February the 16th. The decision comes despite assertions from various quarters, including investigative reports Paul Sperry and the necessarily of such a test as reported by Fox News on Tuesday, February the 13th, 2024. Spirit took a social media platform to Twitter to share information attributed to the White House physician, Dr. Kevin O'Connor, who reportedly stated that he does not see the need for a neurology exam or cognitive test as a part of Biden's annual physical.
Oh,
So I found it to be hilarious, right?
uh-huh.
And the reason why I found it to be hilarious is if I don't test you for something, then that means I ain't got to incriminate myself, or neither do I have to label you as unfit for duty.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So
easy way out, coward way out.
right, exactly, right, and it's being at the last end of his presidential.
Well,
He,
yeah, because I mean the polls that they showed, the latest one that I saw showed that it was like 70% at least of the American public feel like he does have some memory issues,
mm-hmm,
and I mean you can't argue with 70%.
right, right.
So the medical examiner, well, not medical examiner, but his doctor
His doctor.
out of Walter's medical
Uh-huh.
hospital, I guess, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So they're not gonna put that part of the test in. That's the main part we need,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But to do so, would cause chaos.
Yeah. Well, that's what, but we need to know.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
already we already know. That's why we
They know,
find
and
it.
they, yeah, I guess you're right, Tim, and they already know that we know, right?
Right, right. So it's I just found it hilarious because this guy has been not only stumbling over his words, he has amnesia um his
Alzheimer's,
whole term.
Alzheimer's. He got Alzheimer's, and he just doesn't want to admit it, and they
Or
don't
is
want to
it
admit it
dementia?
either.
Or is it a mixture of
Yeah,
all?
Alzheimer's and dementia is the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he gotta have dementia because he want to keep sending money over there to Israel.
Well, and they also trying to say that he's still gonna be running in 2024.
I'm glad you said that. I got something to share with y'all on the screen on that subject
Okay,
right there about him running in 2024. Let me
okay.
see if I can bring that up. Oh, make sure my audio is on with it.
This
Let's
is
see if
this
it
is
comes up.
crazy. It's crazy.
All right, nearly half of voters think, and this is from MSN says nearly half of voters think it's likely Biden will be replaced as nominee, a new poll shows. So it says here nearly half of American voters think at least somewhat likely that President Joe Biden will be replaced as the Democratic nominee because of his health, and a third believe Donald Trump could ultimately lose the Republican nomination as a result of his extensive legal troubles, according to a new poll that was conducted by Monmouth University, one that I've never heard of. That's right here. Never heard of the university before in my life.
Damn by the city.
Yeah. Then it says questions about Biden's age and mental stamina have intensified since last week's release of Special Counsel Robert Hur's report that described Biden's memory as poor. It says the study didn't shift the public opinion on whether Biden mishandled classified documents that were found in his home and think tank office he uses, but it did reinforce the increased concern of Biden's physical and mental health. 51% of voters were confident in the mental capacity and physical stamina of Trump to lead the country, but only 32% were able to say the same for Biden. Well,
Mm,
what do you think? That registers right on what you was talking
right.
about,
Yeah, it go hand in hand. It sure does.
and they're close to the same age, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Um,
So yeah, but
yeah.
they're trying to put Trump is on. But see, I'm gonna tell y'all something about those all those legal actions that's being brought against this man. You know, they don't go after the bad guys. They only go after the good guys. You know what I'm saying? If you want, why don't you spend that much money and that much time going after these gang leaders, going after the cartels? You know, if they
Right.
had spent as much time and money, the government, as they have going after this one man, just one man, y'all. If they had spent that money on crime in the United States and going after criminals the way that they've gone after him, because they're trying to label him as a criminal. But I'm just saying,
Right.
the man hasn't killed anybody. You got gang bangers out there, steady recruiting all these young people and gang leaders, cartel that's doing more damage, killing people, destroying families, stealing and laundering money, doing everything. But y'all
Right.
don't want to. But y'all don't want to go after them. Those are bad guys.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I got a theory on that crime situation, and what I came up with is job security, right?
Mm.
Because we have to remember that prisons is a multi-billion-dollar operation.
But they're not going after them. That's what I'm
No,
saying now. You know, they
no.
now they're not going after them. They used to until the election tax thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
So now they'll spend all these billions of dollars, our tax dollars, going after Trump. They didn't ask me if they could spend not $1 of my money to
Yeah,
prosecute
really.
Trump, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they
They
don't
didn't
ask us
ask me.
about much at all. They don't ask us
Yeah,
about
you
much.
should ask the people. These are tax dollars that people pay.
We the
Because
people.
yeah, because we have to even for people that don't file tax returns, we still pay federal taxes when we buy gas, when we buy anything to do with interstate commerce, when we buy automobiles, anything like that. For anything that's federal taxable, we have to pay on it, and our dollars. That's what you're spending our money on. You didn't ask me. First of all, I think the people should be asked what they want to spend their money on. You
Yeah,
know,
I mean,
when you
go
go
ahead. I'm
after
sorry.
something like that, I
Hmm.
mean, yeah,
That's
because
a
that I mean
bad dinner.
that doesn't have
They,
anything to do with making us safer or making us more comfortable
yeah.
and living our lives, right?
Yeah, they should probably do a poll. That would be a great way to keep the American people happy. Do a poll.
Well, the thing about it is, you would think by now that they have caught on that the more they go after this guy, the more stronger of a candidate he becomes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They know. They know. That's the reason why they're trying every. But they brought it on themselves. If they had left the man alone, he probably wouldn't be as high as he is in the polls. You know, they're the ones that made his numbers increase.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they
Sometimes,
don't
yeah,
get it.
any publicity will bring attention to something. Yeah, so
Uh
that's
huh.
true.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
talking about that on TV today.
What did they say,
What?
James?
They were saying that he was brilliant because every time he's in the news, they're talking that his numbers are going up and up and up. It's free press,
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
bad or good, it's still free.
Yeah, for sure. You know. And so off of politics for just a minute. I put this brought this. I want to share this. If you live in the state of Minnesota, I've got some good news for ya. I'm gonna share this right quickly. I thought this was pretty cool. If you live in the state of Minnesota, it's gonna be kind of small. Y'all probably can't see us,
Mm-mm.
but stimulus update. Stimulus. I didn't even know they were still giving stimulus checks.
Me neither.
Stimulus check update. Residents in one state will receive $260 next week. Next week now, I know they're gonna love that. Hundreds of thousands of Minnesota residents will see a rebate check for $260 come their way next week. The state is reissuing a third round of tax rebates for 128,000 recipients who never cashed their original checks.
Wow.
The Minnesota Department of Revenue originally sent the $260 rebates out months ago, but not all recipients deposited the money within the 60-day window before the check became void.
Oh,
The,
okay.
the state had a bit of surplus and decided to give it back to taxpayers. Now, I would give a definitely round of applause on that because that is sweet. I
Yeah,
mean,
they gonna like that.
$200, that's pretty cool, it's $1. But you know what probably happened? What probably happened is that some of those people may have died during COVID.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. They're
Mm-hmm,
probably not alive.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And, they probably did not have an estate. A lot of them probably didn't have an estate that was filed in probate or something after they passed away that puts put someone um named as a
It's a
beneficiary.
benefit. Yeah.
Where that beneficiary could cash that check.
Can anybody tell me? It just dawned on me. You remember all those? What we saw photographs of COVID-19 deaths that were being put in the 18 wheelers.
Yeah.
Did we ever find out where those people body went? Their loved ones have no idea.
I know in Chicago they was having a fit about it. They was having riots up there because they said that a lot of those bodies were becoming deposed. You know,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, they had them in
Uh,
the they had them in trailers that weren't even refrigerated
uh,
because they had run in Chicago. Yeah, during the time that we were shut in, I saw those riots uh, that they were having and the marches that they were having about that.
yeah.
Yeah, but I know
Wow.
about that one city because I saw that.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. So James, what did you read today? Or what did you hear today about Trump?
Well, everybody's gonna say Fannie Willis thing, but
Yeah, I saw
I
that.
want to talk around that for a second.
Okay,
Yes,
talk
it's
about it.
routine. If you had heard something about the winter storm that we were supposed to get in New York,
Talk about it then.
we were supposed to get this winter storm. They
Uh,
pumped up that it's going to be a big nor'easter.
I did see something about that. That's up around New England, right?
Yeah, and we
Hmm.
never got it. They announced it on TV the other day. It was just a scam.
And so y'all didn't get it. Wow.
It was
It
a
was a
scam
scam.
to keep people
Scam
out from
for what though? Oh, keep people off the road?
out
Wow.
voting.
Out of
Out of
voting.
voting.
They didn't want people
Oh.
out
Oh,
voting, so they
Oh, y'all voting
made
up
their
there
vote
now in New
anyway.
England. Well, you know what? As a matter of fact, I was gonna go vote today too, but after I had that wrangling uh, extended period with trouble with my prints, I was tired. I came on back to the house, but yeah, we are doing our early voting here too, and I will be voting on Saturday This Saturday, I'm going to do my early vote, and I cannot tell you all who I'm going to vote for, but I can certainly tell you who I'm not going to vote for.
Well, that ain't rocket science.
Yeah. So, that, I mean, gee, the letter comes right after A. That's all I can say.
Mm,
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah, I mean, I
uh-uh.
think his mental capabilities are just going to get worse. They can't get better.
Nah, you're not representing me because I did not want to. I want you to withdraw the money from Israel and as well as weapons. You're not doing it. You are, he's controlled totally by the Hebrew and Jewish lobbyists that are there, and most of his cabinet are Jewish anyway. Now, I did notice that Trump had a Jewish attorney sitting around the table today. I saw a
Well,
picture of him.
Hmm.
that's not uncommon,
I know because they are everywhere,
and
and
they
but
are
the
good.
but the thing about it is that all of the Jews don't agree with Netanyahu anyway.
Hmm.
They don't especially over here in the United States. They
Why?
said, look, don't spend don't spend the government money and do not commit this genocide in their name. Because this when it's all said and done, Netanyahu has ruined the reputation, respect, and good name of the Jewish Israelis. He's
Why
ruined it.
nationality,
But
Emily?
yeah,
This
they're in a situation sort of like we are. We don't want Biden as our representation, but we stuck with the guy, right? So,
Yeah,
and a lot of the things that he's doing, we don't agree with. So,
yeah,
I definitely understand where they're coming from.
yeah. That's true.
Hmm.
Yeah. And speaking of the war over there, well, this is actually not about the war. This is about uh, I sent it to Kathy. I got an email claiming that we had oh yeah, this is about the war. Okay, yeah, let me go ahead and pull this up. Um, this is from Vox Podcast. And this story is by Vox staff, and it was they were telling really about how far back, how many decades back that the conflict goes. But what's upsetting everybody now internationally is that the safe place where the IDF have pushed 1.3 million people from the top part of Gaza always all the way down the strip to the very bottom tip of it. And it's only a 60-mile radius, and they've got 1.3 million people crammed in it. And so now that's supposed to have been a safe zone for these past 4 months. So now Netanyahu has instructed the IDF to do a ground invasion in that little small area where 1.3 million people are. And everybody know that that's going to be a slaughter, okay? So, yeah, South Africa stepped in again. Let me bring this up. Um, South Africa stepped in again, and they are trying to get. Okay, is this a video? No, that's just a picture. Okay, South Africa. Where is it? Here it is. January. Oh, that's January. Oh, okay, that's all. I'm looking for something for today. I'm a darn. I guess I didn't look at those dates. because this is back from when they was talking about it in the beginning. Well, let me close that out. But I can talk about what I know simply because, um, yeah, y'all see all my icons. I got so many files. But yeah, I could talk about what I know, what I saw myself. And so, as South Africa has put in a special emergency request asking the International Court of Justice to kind of do what you call a habeas corpus, or uh, to identify it with a U.S. term, uh, to make something stop immediately. Anyway, they've asked the international,
Ceasefire? Ceasefire? Or is it something
yeah,
else?
they've asked the international court to intervene to make Israel and Netanyahu and his war cabinet and the IDF to stop the bombing. But you know
Yeah.
what?
Well,
The thing about it, Netanyahu's not gonna care. He's
Yeah.
already, because he didn't even follow the instructions 3 weeks ago that the international court told them not to do. In fact, he ignored it, and they have accelerated everything that the International Court of Justice told him not
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah. Yeah. That paperwork and stuff not mean anything. This guy has his mind set on by any means necessary, as well as, like you say, genocide that they committing. I don't think it's nothing that can be done to stop him other than to unalive him. I could be wrong, but nothing else is working.
And even that won't stop because he's got two or three that's right behind him that will still do it. Frank,
Yeah,
not
but
Frank, I didn't make it.
This is left over from
James,
last week, of course.
James, you had your hand up.
well,
This is
anyway,
left
real
over.
quickly, I hope it was a current headline, but I think France is sending troops to Africa, actually. So,
Who?
France. France. I think I read that, but I don't want to mess up the article I want to talk about.
Okay.
But yeah, I think France did send troops, extra troops,
All
manpower
right,
to Africa.
all right, James, you had your hand up.
This is left over from last week. We didn't have
Yeah.
enough time to go over it. But I was wondering if you all seen on the news last week that Biden's numbers are so low that the Afro American community is not voting for him no more, and Muslims are not voting.
Palestinians neither.
They're all voting
And a
for
lot of his own Democrat people are not gonna
yeah,
vote for him. Now, what they're trying to do, their latest move, is they're
Kamala.
trying to sway the young people, all the Taylor Swift followers, to get out and vote for him because she supported Biden in this last election. And her boyfriend is Jewish, and she's not, but they said that she claims that she's the fourth Diana sister or something. I don't know what that was. I read something shortly about it. But anyhow, she dates her boyfriend, the Chiefs guy that won the
Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowl.
Uh-huh.
Cecil.
Yeah, and so she was there. And I
Travis
think that was definitely rigged too. What y'all think about that Super Bowl game? They rigged that
Yeah,
just so that it could pump her up, you know.
yeah.
Did you all hear that
Have
Supreme
anybody
Court?
heard about them pushing Kamala Harris to invoke the 25th Amendment?
No, talk about it.
Uh that's just it. I didn't read the whole article. I
Uh-huh.
just saw a glance of it.
I know
Oh,
what you're
okay.
talking about, Tim.
Well, tell us about it, James. What is
Yes,
it?
it. Yeah,
They
just,
said if Biden is too poor or elderly and stupid or whatever you want to call it to do the cognitive test, then he's too stupid or elderly, poor man to be the president. You can't have it both ways, they said.
Mm. Okay.
yeah.
Well, we'll take a break, and Kathy's got something she's gonna talk about when we come
All right.
back. All right, y'all stick and stay out there and don't go away. We'll be back.
Science has taken a major leap in the battle against thinning hair in the new topical treatment called More Hair Naturally 9. Why? Stem cells. This triple stem cell formulation may help repair and rebuild the major hair components that produce hair. Most people who experience hair loss may not realize, but damage can be done to those hair components due to DHT buildup and other factors. The old approach of DHT blockers, stimulation, nutrient supplementation is fine, but often that's just not enough. Stem cells can take it to the next level. This new natural treatment also contains Redensyl, Capixyl, and Bicapyl. These breakthrough ingredients stand alone in terms of documented success. But guess what? All three are contained in the new More Hair Naturally 9 formula. And there's more. We have several peptides designed to help fight DHT, reduce inflammation, stimulate cell production, and much, much more. In fact, More Hair Naturally 9 addresses almost every cause and symptom of thinning hair currently known to science.
And we're back. Thank you for sticking and staying with us. Kathy, take us away.
Oh, sorry. I was just. All right, let me do it. Well, yesterday I was kind of alarmed because in the evening something popped up with Fox News and said that Biden should release the information to the world about this threats from space. And so I looked at it right now, and it says the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence has made available to all members of Congress concerning a serious national security threat, Turner said. I am requesting that President Biden declassify all the information relating to this threat so that Congress, the administration, and all our allies can openly discuss the actions necessary to respond to this threat. Fox News Digital obtained the notice sent to the congressional members Wednesday, which pointed to an urgent matter with regard to a destabilizing foreign military capacity that should be known by all congressional policy makers. They also, so a separate source told Fox News that the threat is concerning Russian capability, noting that the potential seriousness of the threat is grave, but the threat is not immediate in nature. But I thought it was because I read it, and I was like, oh no, But House Speaker Mike Johnson, Republican from Louisiana, later attempted to quell any panic caused by Turner's statement by explaining that last month he sent a letter to the White House requesting a meeting with the president to discuss a serious national security issue that is classified. So we don't really know all the details, but anyway, so then a meeting was scheduled today at the Capitol with a gang of 4 with the president's national security advisor, Jake Sullivan. Johnson said, I will press the administration to take appropriate action, and everyone can be comforted by that. So that's what's going on there. And he did assure the people that there's no need for public alarm. But I already got alarmed. Sometimes it happens. They alarm you, and then they say there's no alarm.
I know, right?
What's going on with that, And
Yeah.
it says we're going to work together to address this matter as we do all sensitive matters that are classified. And beyond that point, I'm not at liberty to disclose classified information and really can't say much of it. So anyway, so that's what's going on. So it's
Yeah,
just the world is just getting to be a crazier place, and
it
people
is.
are keeping secrets that they shouldn't be keeping,
Right,
and they're telling secrets they shouldn't be telling.
right.
So I
Yeah, I
don't know,
agree.
something's backward about the whole thing. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I would have to agree with you on that. I don't know. It's just getting weirder and weirder by the day. You know.
Yeah. I think one of the ploys is they release information really slowly,
Yeah,
and then they don't keep up with it, and then they sometimes just do one blurb, and then you can't find anything else, and then you look for the previous post and you can't find it.
can't find it. Yeah. Um,
Has anyone else running into that
I
or
seen something
similar to
today
that?
on the news about Russia has the
Yeah,
capability and said that they were going to launch a nuclear weapon into space and explode it.
yeah. Is that what happened? Okay. And they
wow.
threatened that? They
They
threatened that?
threatened to do it
Okay.
because they're not
And
giving away in Ukraine.
So they're going to do that in space. They're going to launch it from here to space.
From Russia to space and explode it.
Now, I'm wondering what our little friends up there think about that. I don't know if they're going to allow that to happen or whatnot.
I don't think they're too happy.
Yeah.
no, I think there is some kind of council that controls that kind of stuff
You,
because it affects the whole, universe.
yeah.
So
You know, I heard about it was a missile that I can't remember who sent it up. But they said that I don't know if you have heard it or not. People claim that we live in a bubble.
yeah,
You really
I
can't
have.
go all the way straight up. And
Yeah,
they
I
did
heard
a
it's kind of
rocket
like
launch. Yeah, they did a
yeah,
rocket launch, and it hit the top of whatever it is that was holding, keeping it from going up.
yep, yep,
I was like, wow. I had
yeah.
heard that before, but I guess when I saw it, actually, you know what I mean, actually was able to witness it. Um, I had a lot of concern about that. What you guys think about that? We in the bubble?
I don't
Yeah,
think so.
yeah.
If we are, I'm John
Yeah.
Travolta.
Well, but we don't know things that are unseen. We don't know things that are classified, just like
We
what we're
don't.
discussing now.
We
We can't
don't.
say that it doesn't exist if we don't know. And if things like that are being shown that they're actually hitting, I would have to tend to say that I would agree with it. But up until like last year, I didn't know there was such a thing as a dome. But then I
I didn't
started hearing
either.
more about it.
That was an inside joke, by the way, Tim. Went right
Oh
over your
yeah,
head.
Oh,
yeah.
oh, it was a joke. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I said I'm going to be John Travolta, the boy in the plastic boat.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to explain that. Okay, we're a little slow here today. Got too
Well,
much
that's not a
sunshine
movie,
or
so.
something.
Yeah, I was shocked. You know, it was one thing to hear about it, but to actually have a camera view of it um, was just something different. You know,
Well, I heard that's so they can control everything. They can control even everything having to do with the internet, signals,
right,
everything. And
right,
there's only certain spaces, like around military bases and stuff like that, that's totally free,
right,
so that they can do what they have to do, launch what they have to do.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You
We're
know,
talking about the bubble. The bubble. Emily, have you ever heard of the bubble?
Uh,
That the Earth has a dome around it, kind of thing.
that we stay
Have
under a
you heard of it?
dome.
no, I don't think that we're under a bubble. I know that Israel has an iron dome that protects them from missiles and the bombs that are coming from um, Lebanon by the Hezbollahs and from any other. Now, Israel is the only country in the whole wide world that has that iron dome.
Well,
No,
it's
we
been disclosed, but doesn't mean it's not doesn't exist. I don't believe just because it's
right.
not disclosed. If one country has that capability of doing it, I believe that more than
Right.
one has that
It's
ability.
supposed to be a clear dome. I forgot the right terminology for it. But I was just sharing with the group that I saw a rocket being launched
Mm.
um, going into space. But however, it hit something. It hit the dome, and it stopped midair.
Yep,
Uh,
I've
Are
heard
and
you
about
talking
that.
about some years ago when that space rocket crashed and those people died?
no,
How long ago was this?
on this
No, this
particular,
is recent,
yeah,
right?
this is recent. This one had no humans aboard, but what it did have was a live cameras on it that
Uh,
was giving a live feed. And it said it went up
mhm.
72 miles, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and it hit something. It hit what they claim to be the dome.
Well, I'm
That
sure that if we had a dome, they wouldn't have sent the rocket in the direction of the
they
dome.
didn't know this was being launched from here.
How is it that they don't know that we got a dome?
Because they haven't mentioned it to people. But maybe this was a non-military rocket.
Oh,
Yeah,
you mean
yeah,
the private company?
yeah. It
Yeah,
wasn't. It
it
wasn't
was.
military.
Okay, well, that's Elon's Musk stuff doing sending up those spaceships, and he's supposed to know. But I don't know. I heard you talk about the national alert. I did read that, and what it
Mhm.
was is that Putin, Russia wants to be able to put some nuclear rockets in space to hit satellites. To attack our satellites, and that's what the national security alert is about. Because every country has satellites up there. I'm telling y'all, space is crowded. Outer space is crowded. All the major companies, I mean, all of the countries, 153 of them got
Mhm.
satellites up there in space. Lots of them.
Yeah,
That's where we get our
yeah,
cable from and our phone, internet, and whole lot of other. All our digital stuff comes from those satellites. Okay,
right. But
and so if Russia gets the capability to um to put up nuclear nukes up there in space, then that means that they would attack any country's satellites that they would want to and put them out, blow them out.
and,
And if you
mhm.
disable the satellites, you have disabled the country itself.
And let's be clear, Russia were were the first ones to travel to outer space, if I'm not
That's
mistaken.
right. Yeah, United States not the first.
Right.
They
No,
were the first.
They were.
And
Yeah.
the thing of it is that we also partner with Russia on the astronaut
Mhm.
program in NASA.
Yeah.
We, I mean, the Russians fly right in the same spaceship capsule as the American astronauts.
mhm.
So that's why they're calling it a security alert because, uh, I mean, Russia has more nukes down here on Earth than any country. Russia has like I saw the numbers. It was like 5,700 something. They got almost 6,000 nuclear bombs. The United States has just a little bit over 5,000. So Russia has approximately 500 more nukes than the United States does. And Russia and the United States are the ones that have the most amount of nukes. And the rest of the other countries, they only down into like the thousands
Well,
or hundreds.
well, what
Yeah.
they want to nuke? What they want to nuke our stuff for? When did we get into it with them?
Well, with Russia,
Yeah.
we
We ain't,
always we always been at it with Russia.
but
And
not
why?
like that.
Well, the reason for it now is
What?
because of Biden and the United States supporting Israel. Russia did not support
Right.
Israel Netanyahu invading the way that he did with it.
Right.
He didn't mind the war, but the way that they have administered uh, the uh, the techniques of all the killing, because the Russia has not killed God, nowhere near the number of people in the Ukraine war as Netanyahu. Netanyahu has killed more people in 4 months than any war that ever existed in the whole wide world, y'all.
Yeah.
It's up to
Yeah.
29,000 dead, almost, and probably a 10,000 missing under the rubble, if not more. mostly women and children, and you got almost 70,000 that are injured. And
Yeah.
now he's blocked the trucks from coming in with the humanitarian aid. Now they don't have food, and on top of that, now he wants to do a ground invasion where 1.3 million people are, and they have nowhere to go because Rafah is right at the Egypt border, and
Right.
the Egyptians, uh, President Sisi of
Won't let them
Egypt
through.
says that they can't come through,
Yeah.
and Egypt now is upset with Israel because of this latest strategic um, mission that they claim that they're gonna do. And then Tayu said he's going to have the ground invasion on in Rafah. He said it's just a matter of time and when, but he's not gonna let nobody know what time and when. I heard that. I heard him say that. I heard him talking. The words came out of his mouth on today and yesterday. So now Russia, and see Russia, when we were in the United Nations and the United UN Security Council had those resolutions were way back here in November when everybody was trying to get a ceasefire. Then Russia voted against it. You know, against I mean, Russia voted for the ceasefire. You know, and Russia condemned. I heard the Russian prime minister talk about the United States really bad for voting against the ceasefire, not just once, but 3 times. And I heard him speak twice because I watched that meeting live, y'all. It was all day long. I
Yeah.
watched those meetings. So now Russia is upset with the United States because they have done that. And South Korea also voted against a ceasefire. And that's the reason why, what's his name? Kim Jong Un of North Korea got really upset with South Korea and told them, 2 weeks ago, that he declares war on South Korea. They are no, they are born enemies now. And Kim Jong Un and Vladimir Putin have been meeting and whining and dining each other. They're buddies now. See
I
what I'm
told you
saying?
way back when there was going to be when the next war was going to be between them.
Yeah, I mean the very least, the least, the least culprits that you would think that would partner together have done so, and
Hmm.
that is Kim Jong Un of North Korea and Russia. I never
When
would have
did
thought
well,
that.
when did that happen? When did they
Oh,
start
they
doing
they
that?
started doing that back in November.
Okay.
Oh, they've sealed the contracts, and on top of that, Kim Jong Un last weekend opened up um, North Korea. He has North Korea tours now, but and Russia's citizens were the only ones that could come in on the tour. These are the first outside people that have never that have ever been inside North Korea. I think it was about 100 of them. No, maybe a little bit over 100, but they had to pay 750 US dollars to go to for their spot on this tour. And that was this last weekend. So they buddies now. They planning all kinds of feats together. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It makes sense. When you put it in perspective like that.
yeah, y'all just ain't keeping up with the stuff. Y'all got to keep up with it. There's so much going on. It's
I
not
know.
just Trump that's going on. It's not just Biden that's going on.
Yes, worldwide events.
It's so much going on around the Middle East and around these major nuclear weapon countries that it's worth keeping up with what's going on with them. That's all I can say. And so that's why I'm saying the United States is isolated now by the majority of the Eastern countries, particularly the Middle East, for continuing to let Netanyahu do this genocide on a culture of people,
Yeah.
because this is a culture of people, and he is exterminating a whole culture of people. Okay, I understand. We know about October the 7th. Plus, on top of that, they've told so many lies, the IDF and that entire you have, about how and why they're doing what they're doing and what has been accomplished, that Russia, prime minister, along with now France, has left the United States. France was with the United States. France has left the United States. Canada is upset with the United States now. Germany is upset with the United States now. Everybody has left the United States, and that's why I was saying back here in November, Biden and Bibi, who is Benjamin Netanyahu, have put us in a very dangerous position, because when those other countries refer to the West, that's the reason they're talking about the United States. Nobody but us. The the real culprits, the really really bad culprits, Iran, Hezbollah, in Lebanon, the Yemenis, the Houthis, they only call two names. They say the Zionist, Nazi enemy, Netanyahu, Israel, and the United States. They only name two countries. The rest of the countries, they're not named. They're not there. The hate, the hatred, and the anger is only guided to two people, two countries,
Yeah.
Israel and the United States. And Biden done put us in a very dangerous position.
Yeah.
And it's coming to pass. It's
Yeah.
coming to pass.
Yeah.
That's the
We
reason
just
why
don't know.
Russia won't
We,
nukes up there in space. And he gonna
yeah.
put him up there too, because how can you stop him? They can't stop him. That's the reason why they want to say a national security alert, because they know they can't
Well,
stop him.
I was just mentioning what are our little friends up there going to think about that? Are they going to intervene?
They don't. The aliens and the gods do not interfere in the wars affairs of men. They interfere in a lot of other things, but they will not interfere in war.
Now I've seen some footage that was acclaimed to be destroyed by them.
Yeah,
Now
I've
they
heard,
might
I've
destroy
heard
they
that
might
too.
destroy something if something comes over in their territory. It's like it's something that they don't want that's getting too close to them. Yeah, they might destroy that. But as
Hmm.
far as coming down here on Earth, interfering and trying to settle something, no, they're not gonna do that.
Well, I've heard that there are aliens already here. That they're already
Well, they
working
are
on.
here, but they're not gonna
But they're
interfere.
working undercover too.
They're not gonna
Help.
interfere in the wars of men, because if they were gonna interfere, this wouldn't be happening.
Then how do you explain all the nuclear rockets just going offline?
What was that, James?
How do you explain the nuclear rockets and all our nuclear bases just going offline?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes they're going
they do
offline.
stuff.
Aliens
That
fly
They do.
over.
those are just countries messing with each other, hacking, and we've been hacked too. A whole lot. We've been hacked a whole lot since Biden has been keeping supporting Netanyahu. We've been hacked a whole lot. That's why I told y'all. Y'all need to pay that $30, $40 and put that antivirus on your software, because on your computer, because I'm telling y'all, the free antivirus is not gonna work. It's not gonna protect you. They're gonna get in there and they're gonna mess up your files and get all of your information, whether they can use it or not. They're gonna take it. So y'all need to just go ahead and do that. I mean, yeah, I have to do it. I always have done it anyway. I hate that renewal when
This,
renewal time come around, because
this,
I be
this,
needing my 30
this,
$40.
look, this country going to hell in a handbasket.
The basket is already full, baby.
Mhm.
The basket is already full.
Well, and my boy Bush, well, what are you
Well,
gonna do? Well,
nothing. Just like they doing now, nothing but talk. I get so sick of them talking, and meeting, and nothing is coming out of
Nah,
it.
that's why I don't get too wrapped up in it. The most important thing that I learned: believe everything the opposite of what they tell you.
I don't know what she barking at.
If
At
they
first,
tell
I
you you
thought I
ain't
had
got
the
nothing to
delivery,
It's
worry
my
about,
alien.
then worry.
but I didn't have a delivery. I think it was the Amazon man next door. I do have a delivery coming tomorrow, but you're right about that, Tim. If they tell you that something is okay, please
Worry.
know that it's not.
It's
If
not.
they tell if they tell you something is not okay, please know that it is.
It is. It's
But
always
the
the
same thing.
opposite.
Did you
Yeah.
see Mark Zuckerberg bought land in Hawaii that was burnt down, and he's building a $1 billion uh, escape in the ground where they can go a bunker.
Oh well, yeah, all of those rich people got bunkers. That's
Yeah.
and that's why they
In
all trying to go
Hawaii.
to another planet too, because they know Earth is going to be uh, nuked, 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 and nuked, and nuked, and renuked. Believe it. They already know.
Isn't it awful convenient that Hawaii burnt down and now they can buy the land for cheap?
Not Oprah's land.
What do you
Oprah.
mean? Oprah?
Yeah, Oprah got plenty of land over there.
When
Yeah,
Hawaii?
she was
Yeah, but
president.
hers didn't catch on fire.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a
Ah.
lot of controversies there on what happened with the fire
absolutely.
and how
Abs-
people weren't allowed even, to help the people, that ended up getting killed.
hmm
They told people they couldn't go through and stuff. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, well, it's the same way over there. That's the reason why people are so upset about internationally around the world about how this thing is going over there in Gaza because uh, they 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 the soldiers they have let the Israeli soldiers raid the hospital, shooting people in the hospital in the bag, just shooting them down dead. They're trying to escape, telling them they give an order, evacuate the hospital. They were showing it. I saw actual footage today and yesterday. They gave the order. Had dropped some leaflets this past weekend, Friday, I believe it was, for them to evacuate the hospital. But yet, and still, 50 yards away, they had the Israeli tanks and soldiers surrounded the hospital, surrounded, and anybody that tried to leave, they were shooting them. So how are they going to evaluate? So they had these people trapped in the Nassau hospital, all of the whole weekend, 500 people, and they went in there this morning and raided the hospital, tore it up, shot people, killed people, and then forced people out.
Right, and you know what? Another form of unaliving people. I think the human body only can go 7 days without food, but I think it's 3 without water. So if
But
you,
they
if,
don't have any now.
yeah, so you got a lot of them that's going by starvation too.
Yeah, well, that's what he's doing. He's doing forced starvation right
hmm
now. That's the reason why he blocked the trucks this weekend.
hmm
And it was already not letting in the amount that was supposed to be coming in the first place. And then you had I saw that you could see the footage. I saw footage of protesters, Israeli protesters that had a blockade of protesters on the road where the trucks was coming in. The trucks couldn't go through the protesters.
Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess all the way around.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
so
yeah, and the thing of it now, today, they had the largest crowd of protesters ever at the prime minister's headquarters. The
yeah,
Israelis themselves, of the hostages and their friends and family, and just ordinary, Israeli citizens. That
yeah.
I was like, it looks like it was
I,
about 3 or 4 or 5,000 of them out there in front of the prime minister's office. And they showed one lady, she had chained herself to the gate. They say they not going anywhere until the war cabinet and Netanyahu talk
yeah,
to them because they don't like the idea of him going in with a ground invasion in this last area where Netanyahu and the IDF say that that's where the last stronghold of the Hamas is underground, and they have offices, headquarters in that little small section of people of land, even though it's 1.3 million people pushed in there. And
Yeah,
they say that they claim that they have destroyed 18 brigades of Hamas, and it's 24, so it's only 4 left. So they claim, and they claim that that's the reason why they got to go in there. Well, the Israelis are upset about it, the families of the hostages, because they know that if Hamas is there, then that's where the hostages are also. And that if they go in with the bombing and all of that, killing all of those people, then their family members who are the hostages will automatically be killed. So they mad about it
yeah.
too.
Well,
Is that
it's unfortunate, and like I say, it doesn't seem like anything that can be done uh, on this level. Um,
no, because the man is mad dog. I told you all that in
yeah, that's
October.
what I'm saying. This guy has his agenda, and he's willing to do it by any means necessary.
And
And
not only that, I listened to the Israeli news channel today too. Because see, I listen to both sides. And this journalist, and they let their journalist, now their journalist is talking about Biden so bad, y'all. Yeah, it's unbelievable. He just don't know how bad the news channels are talking about him, talking about he don't need that because they're not gonna settle for no two-state solution, and that he don't need while they appreciate his help, he does not need to be sticking his nose into what the future of Israel will look like. They be talking about him so bad. He needs to watch the Israel news channel. I-24, I-News 7. You can watch him on YouTube. But see, he not watching none of that stuff, and whoever is instructing him on what to do is
Quick
not watching it
question.
either. Because if they knew and could hear how bad they talking about the United States and
uh,
Biden now,
they know his handlers know what's going on. They definitely know. Don't think that they don't, because they do. What they're not letting him allowing him to do is anything other than what they say. Um,
mm,
this
yeah.
guy's just, he's doing what he's told to do. Yeah. Uh,
Quick
I
question,
went.
team.
shoot.
Let's give a preview of Friday's show. A sneak preview from all of us. Who are you gonna, for Black History Month, who are you gonna talk about?
No, I'm not giving you a sneak preview.
And I'm like,
It's
No, we
gonna
want to
be.
keep it a
We
surprise
gotta keep
because
it a surprise because we want them to tune in.
yeah.
But everybody, please let me know your name by in the morning. I won't share who you're
okay,
gonna talk to, but I need to try to
we'll
find
work
a
on it tonight.
yeah, I need to
Tonight.
try to find a picture of the person that
Okay.
you're
Okay.
talking about. Gonna talk about so I can show it while you're talking, or at least at one point in while you're talking. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So it was a great show tonight. I really enjoyed it, and got audience. Are y'all still with us? Let's hear it. They Well, let's wrap it up for tonight. Let's start with James.
Yes,
Cl-
ma'am.
Closing remarks.
I'd like to give the House a big round of applause, no matter if you're Democrat or Republican. Thank you for getting Santos out of there.
Oh, they did do that. You should have talked about that, right? Yeah. More towards the what? They did the immigration man too. They impeaching him. They impeached him. All right, more towards. I can't pronounce his name. All right, Tim. Closing remarks.
Great show. A lot of information. We don't know how this thing gonna go, y'all, but
I
we
know how it's
just
gonna go. I already had the vision. I had the vision 2 or 3 years before it
so
happened.
yeah, so chat, y'all keep tuning in every Thursday on our politics show, and we're gonna keep you informed.
Yes.
Keep you up to date.
Yeah. Y'all know I'm following it. I got it. I'm on top of it. I'm on top of it. Nothing is going to sneak by the pearls, all right? Kathy, closing remarks.
Well, did the budget get passed for Ukraine?
No.
Uh,
The
it
House,
didn't.
the Senate passed it, but now it's forward to the House. But the House of Representatives is controlled by the Republicans, and the word is from the House of Republicans that it's dead on arrival. They're not going to even take it up and look at it.
Okay, because I was a bit concerned because that's a lot of money, billions of dollars. That's a lot.
Republicans say no, they're not going to look at it. They're not going to
All
approve
right.
it.
Well,
And
I'm
the
glad you
reason
did.
for them not approving it is because there is no money in there for the border of the United States.
Right.
Right. That
Mhm.
makes sense. I don't even know why they even tried to push it through. 'Cause
Finally.
ridiculous.
There's money for
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
else, though.
Yeah, no, the Republicans and the House of Representatives is not going to. The Senate is controlled by the Democrats, but the House of Representatives is controlled by the Republicans. The Republicans, so the Senate passed it, but it has to go to the House of Representatives before it can become a bill. House of Representatives said no, they're not going to sign it. They probably not going to even look at it. They call it what they call it. They call it DOA, dead on arrival.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good news because we aren't protecting our own borders. That's what my main concern.
Exactly. I agree with them 100%, you know? Because they already got enough money over there. If he can't finish killing off the rest of this culture of people that he is killing now and presenting genocide upon with the money that the United States already has sent to them, then too bad. Too bad. Too bad. They don't need any more. They
Right.
don't need any more. Nantayu says he doesn't care if he don't get the money. Nothing will stop him. That's what he said. I saw the words come out of his own mouth, y'all.
Well, he said it, but he won't be as effective. Let's put it that way.
Look, the man is gone mad. I'm
Evil.
telling y'all, he's
Yeah, his
mad,
evil
dog.
plan.
He
Yeah.
he worse than Hitler. He
Yeah.
worse than he was. This is Hitler H2O, man. That- That's exactly. I mean, you just gonna tell. Yeah, I mean, he was on TV. He was just on his channel, news said he don't care. Nothing gonna
Well,
stop him.
well, maybe that was his plan all along.
Well, of
Because
course it was. He made a monkey
uh,
and a fool out of Biden and the
and
United
and
States
and
by getting all that money.
Hard to do.
yeah, I just say
Yeah, and then not only that, now today also they shot some missiles over in Lebanon, 40 miles into Lebanon, outside of the border, which is a violation of the peace treaty of 1967 between Israel and Lebanon. Yeah, and now he's picking a war with Lebanon with Hezbollah. So now I gotta watch tomorrow so I can see what is gonna be the response from Hezbollah, because Hezbollah has hit a couple of has gone through the dome. They have broken through the dome twice and hit in northern Israel. Hit them, and then some of their missiles hit in northern Israel. But see, nobody got hurt because Netanyahu had all of northern Israel, which is borderline with Lebanon. He had all those people evacuated, 100,000 of them, illegal settlers, y'all. He had all of them evacuated to Tel Aviv and other places in Israel. So when the missiles from Hezbollah and Lebanon hit over there in Israel, nobody got hurt. They did kill one Israel soldier today, and they killed a woman. A woman died yesterday. So they have been bombing. Hezbollah has been bombing into Israel. But what Hezbollah is letting Netanyahu and Israel know is that they do have the type of missiles that can penetrate his Iron Throne. But Netanyahu don't care. He's still picking wars, man. The man is crazy, y'all. He's still picking wars. And he had his spokesman to say they give a daily report, y'all, on the Israel News Channel. He has two spokesmen, two guys. And so I was listening to the one today after what happened yesterday. His spokesman says that he was telling about what happened with Hezbollah and about the how they, one soldier died. He gave the soldier's name and said his blessings and sympathies to the family of this soldier, sergeant somebody. And then he says that he said, but my prime minister said that Israel is ready for war. We are strong and we are ready for war with Hezbollah and Lebanon. I'm like, he really gone mad now. I mean, they just came out and said that was validation right there from the prime minister's spokesman that yeah, they're finna go to war with Hezbollah, with Lebanon. Lebanon is controlled by who? Who can tell me? On my team.
I love their food.
Tim, you got a guess?
I don't know.
Now y'all haven't been listening to nothing I said all these weeks.
I
on
got a
politics.
cramp. I can't think.
If y'all don't know who Hezbollah and Yemeni is connected with,
I can't think. I have a cramp. My leg.
Iran. Iran.
Yeah. Okay.
Iran.
Yeah.
Iran, y'all. Okay. All right then. The Ayatollah. And the Ayatollah don't play. That's all I got to say. All right, those are my closing remarks. Kathy, did you get yours in?
Well, you answered my question. That was kind of my
That was
comment.
your closing remark. All right. Well, then that's our time. Thank y'all so much. We will see y'all tomorrow night. We've got a great show for you, and it's going to be very educational as well as entertaining. So we'll see you out tomorrow night, okay? Thank y'all.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.